Hello, everyone. Well, it's been a while since I did a last rant here. Well, let's talk about what's been going on with the paranormal team, what's going on with the VR, and um, how well we've been doing. We're going to talk about how paranormal places can affect you on multiple different levels. We're going to talk about paranormal teams in general. Um, Financially, all kinds of things related to paranormal teams in general. So, first up here, we'll talk about how well our shows have been doing. Over on Veer, they're doing awesome. 30,000 views. It's pretty good. The VR stuff in general has been a blast. Reformatting and changing up the shows. I think it really you know shown us how VR is in paranormal hunting. So we're on different platforms now, not just on Veer. We're on like Samsung VR, and I'm uploading slowly to other sites other than YouTube, just to get us out there, I should say. Now, lately, yes, I bought all this VR equipment, new camera for VR, and getting things going and really seeing how popular we can get the last couple of years, and we did. Getting on TV was a cool. And in the past we've been on radio and that, and what I'm getting at is, I've decided to go full-time teaching spiritually with people, and kind of not doing shows anymore. We're going to finish up this year with the rest of the VR stuff, and then we're just going to do paranormal ghost hunting without shows, making shows. They're going to be more focused on helping people, and that was the original goal of us in the first place. The camera stuff just came along, and I just found out that I got really good at editing videos and making shows, and experiencing, talking to you guys and getting things. It's been forever, and the thing is, on YouTube, a lot of our shows should have been a lot more popular than they have. We've came across some crazy stuff doing this, and that is the thing. What I've noticed in doing all this is that it can, some way or form, alter your perception on things in life, and it could be good or bad. Normally, if you watch any like paranormal team from the beginning of when they first started until midway, or even when they're starting to retire, if they let it get to them, it will wear them out. Like, spiritually, you could see it happening to almost anyone that does this stuff. And there'll always be that paranormal team like, we've been doing it 25 years and it really didn't do anything to spiritually, or I never had anything happen to me. Thing is it's not necessarily the spirits and stuff. It really isn't. It's the places. What makes a place an ideal place to go off and start murdering people, and there's just dead bodies everywhere kind of thing? Or what makes a spot suicidal? Like, wow, it's a lovely day, I'm going to just off myself here. That stuff stains the grounds. It never goes away. I'll give you an example. We did a show on Ed Gein. That town has been trying to bury its badness for years, and it always carries over. It's always going to be there, no matter how hard they try to, make it look nice and pretty. It's stained grounds. It's never going to go away. And you got to think that some of these places carry those energies forever. And what made him do that stuff in the first place? It could be the grounds, it could be the area. I'm not saying that area is bad or anything, but I'm just saying that the atmospheric pressure within that area just made him snap to do all that stuff, maybe. You don't know. They could just be mentally ill. But, it's... what I'm saying is that these negativities and negative energies can affect you in some way. And some people say that they're more sensitive because, they've been doing this ghost hunting stuff for so long, and, they just suddenly become psychic or whatever. It's not like that. It really isn't. You always were. It's just your body's just more in tune to the pressures and the air and stuff like that. Now, when you go to these places, me personally, spiritually, I feel that it's actually holding me down. I'm not helping people the way I should be helping them. I should be teaching a lot more than I am, and get my business going, and I'm getting a new house. I'm looking for a new house, and I simply can't have these negative energies around me. I just simply can't, and we said it over and over, throughout the years, that it's just weird that, stuff happens, and you can just scruff it off as, this stuff happens, but I don't know. A lot of people that were close to us were doing this throughout the years. It was really weird that it would tie along these places that have similar things that happen to the people in that area. And, we kind of keep that, saying in the back of our minds that, just, we don't know what's going on with that particular thing. And, you could have all the protection in the world, and, it's getting past the team's ego, in general, that, we're not in danger, and it doesn't have to be spiritual. It doesn't have to be an entity at these places. Something could happen. And I think a lot of people do it for a fun thing, and for a thrill in that. And I want people to realize that this is my life. It became my life, and I'm trying to say that, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or anything. It's, it's people will do it to they just want answers, but sometimes they just go about it the wrong way. And it's just, what I'm trying to say here. There's just some things that people shouldn't step on, I guess. I'm not saying I'm afraid of anything out there. No, I'm not. It's just, doing this for so long, it becomes tedious, long hours, and I think a lot of people, when they first start, they don't realize that, it's a lot of work. It's not just we're going to a place and filming, and like, oh, something's gonna pop up and say boo. It's not like that. It really isn't. And I think we said that plenty of times before, team in general, keeping schedules together. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Jesse and that, or Becky. And it came to the point that this year we need new faces and that, and I was just like, I'm kind of in that boat right now that I just don't want to. I mean, I could do these home cases like I did before we even did shows on YouTube or wherever, or on TV. It just, we've gotten hit with so much stuff, and for something that it was only meant to help somebody in the first place, we're gonna do the spiritual thing and not have that negativity of, what are you guys doing? We don't. I mean, I like coming up with new ideas for technologies and stuff for ghost hunting, and it's just, it's gotten to that point that I'm gonna try to say stuff without hurting anyone's feelings, and like I said, this is not meant for anyone, really. It's not meant for another paranormal team. It's just food for. I can't even say that. It's morning. I should go to bed. Food for thought, and I've said it many times. I really don't care what people say, but I mean, since we got more popular, obviously, that stuff comes along with it, but like I say, I should say, me personally know that these places affect you in some freaking way, and I don't think I should do it anymore. I really shouldn't. I think, like I said, I'm going to be focusing right on, teaching people how to just spiritually defend themselves, and showing how to help people grow as themselves, and I feel that this isn't me anymore. And, a lot of paranormal teams do, they break off from this, and they do radio or do talk shows and that. And, I might just do something like that just to by the time, between things. I just feel that this really took over my life, and I see how addictive, I can be, and the people that I grab, to do this stuff with me, obviously it's their choice to do it with me, but, it's, I don't know. I know Andy, he's been really putting a lot of effort into a lot of things lately, and I told him, I'm like, look, I don't know the direction of the rest of the team, like if they wanted to continue doing this or not. And I don't feel that we should be going to dark places, just me and Andy. It's not I'm not scared of, spirits or anything. It's something like getting hit by a car and not having the force that we need to block off a road, or somebody knows where the heck we are. And, I think a lot of the road stuff is done. We're going to do a really huge, long show in VR coming up. It'll probably be our final for this year. And if VR decides to pick up or whatever, we might come back onto the scene of actually doing shows. But I feel that we achieved a lot of the stuff that we, tried for this year, and being on TV, you know, that was, like I said, that was really fun. You know, I will miss stuff like that, and you know, I'll miss talking to you guys and that. But like I said, I'll probably be doing some of these rants, you know, food for thought kind of things, and I do know a lot of people in the paranormal community. I could even do like little shows if with them if I feel like it. But you know, it's also the drama, the drama that comes along and the baggage that comes along with paranormal hunting. Like we have always been in some kind of like weird fight with other paranormal teams, and I don't understand. It's like an ego thing. I don't care for. I'm like, I really don't. I'm always gonna do it my way. I don't care what a TV show says you how to do it. You do it your own way, safely, and really think of new ways to do things. I mean, like I said it plenty of times, like a spirit, you don't need a night vision camera. If a spirit wants to show itself to you, you can get it on a normal camera. And the malfunctions of a camera being rigged, like a full spectrum of that, how do you know that it's not the camera malfunctioning? Because that's not the way the original camera was meant to be. But same goes to with the Connect project that I've been working on for the last 5 years or whatever it was. But it comes down to, do I believe the stuff's out there? Yes. We have plenty of videos from the past that indicate this. I wish some of those videos were a little bit more popular so people could see how real it was, being threatened and on so many levels. And I'm not saying that, don't do this stuff, go ahead, do it, or anything like that. I just want people to know that how real it can be and how addictive it can be, how expensive, and the stuff that can also come along with waiting months for that one EVP to happen. Because it doesn't happen all the time. It doesn't. It's a simple fact that it's not going to happen. So, anyway, I think I have everything that I wanted to talk about. I will be doing VR with some of my teaching stuff, though. I really love the VR stuff. It's going to be very, very hard for me to break my paranormal addiction. I mean, it's never going to go away. It's part of who I am. I'm paranormal stuff is always going to be me. If I'm going to be on TV or not, or YouTube or wherever it may be, I just feel that it's time. I've talked about it so many times, and it saddens me. But then again, I know that I will move past. I mean, I was just talking to a student the other day, and he's like, if you just kind of put that stuff aside and focus on the stuff that you're good at, I mean, he's not saying that I'm not good at paranormal stuff. He's just saying that when I show somebody how to do certain things, it's more beneficial than making a show and scaring somebody. That's pretty much what they are. And no one could really care less of what I'm talking about in the show at that particular time. They just want to get scared, and I get that. That's part of the business, I guess. But moving past that, moving and growing has always been my thing, And it bugs me that I don't see other paranormal teams just jumping on something new, like VR, for example, and making shows. I like coming up with new ideas, and I mean that's probably why I'm going to probably keep these little blog things around. Just simple fact that these vlogs are not popular enough to people to make an impact in your life. I mean, if you're watching this now and I somehow impacted you in some freaking way, in a good way, I should say. I would like to know, I'd like to know that I did. And, the people that go into these people's houses and, like, showing people their houses, inside, that's brave. I don't know if I would want, somebody, like we're having some serious messed up problems going on, and then have a camera crew in there. Those people are brave. And I can't necessarily say that we haven't helped anyone. I know I have, but video-wise, have we? What's the point of making a show if no one's watching? I'm not saying no one's watching. I mean, obviously we're pretty popular now in the viewers section. They're probably going to be disappointed a little bit. They really enjoy, like, the viewer community absolutely loves our shows, and maybe it's just sad that now that we finally got there, I don't really care to produce a show anymore, but I care to help people. I'm probably just ranting on here, so that's that. I'm keeping everything up, obviously. Our next show will be soon, I think. We got booking a hotel that's haunted. This will be kind of fun. But I'd like to, say thanks for everybody, that watches us, and it's just time. It really is. It hurts. It really does. I really don't. I like everyone that talk to me frequently, and that's probably why I'll just do a rant once in a while. But I just feel that I can't. Me personally, I can't move forward in my life unless I let go of something that I feel that is holding me back. Everyone say it wasn't because of the student telling me that, but I knew, I could feel it, that it is something that it really isn't me. It isn't me going to dark places and telling you guys that there's something dark there, it's that aspect that I just, it's always been in the back of my mind, like something follow you home or some stupid, but it's nothing like that. It's nothing like that, it's not financially bugging me or whatever. I mean, obviously I spent the money to do this, just to have fun, show you guys, be on TV, radio, whatever, And I'm not saying I'm not going to be doing that. I mean, There's plenty of opportunities to do that. And if I got offered something, I probably would come back. But I want to financially grow too. Don't get me wrong. If I change my focus, I'll be, having a new house and that. That's a little bit better than hunting for dead things and creatures in the night. It's like I said, it's going to be very, very hard for me to not do that stuff. So there might be a show once in a while popping up. So anyway, I think this is 25 minutes. I was planning on getting shirts out too, for our last show. I'm gonna put it up through my business, Zen Haven. I'm gonna sell our shirts and stuff that you watched our show and be like a fan of Phantom Leap Paranormal shirt, and I think that will be kind of cool. I'll leave a link below if I decide to do that. There might be a big possibility of that. Just like a memento of all the craziness that we've been through, together. I'm not saying just the team, but people that watch us through all the changes and all the craziness that we dealt with. That part of it I won't miss, though. Anyways, you know what I'm talking about if you watched our shows. So, pop over to Zen Haven if you want to still keep tabs on me. Or once in a while, my little vlogs, things. Like I said, these have to be a little bit more popular than they are for me to continue even doing these on YouTube. YouTube, like I said, it's dying. There's no way about it. I can't get around that thought. So anyway, I did many of these little shows before this one. Had a cop interrupt me for some stupid reason. He drove by around me and then drove by again. I'm not doing a paranormal investigation. I'm not, like, what the heck? They got harassed. Just talking to my phone. Had another person knock on my window because I thought I was having a seizure with my hands or something. I don't know. And the other person said something about their tire being flat. Go fill it up. It's right there, kind of thing. Anyways, I'm ranting on. If I missed anything, I'm sure I'll make another one. But stay tuned for the next VR show. It should be within the next couple weeks. I had to work out some things. Anyways, later, guys.